Hey guys, welcome back. It's me, Bekesa. Welcome back to our channel, the Canva Cafe. And I'm going to do a voiceover for how to make a carousel inside of Canva and only Canva. So we'll start off by using the regular square, the Instagram square size. And we're going to pop an actual shape into the square. And we're going to do this because it's going to hold the place for our next step. And I have the video going super slow, so I have enough time to talk about it before it goes really fast. So once you've popped your square in there, we're going to change the size of our design, and we're going to do a custom size. So where it says the width, this is very critical, critical, whatever. So it all depends on how many squares that you're going to use for your carousel. So if you're going to do 5 carousels, you'll multiply that 10 by 80 by 5, and that'll be your width. If you're going to just do 3, you multiply it by 3. But for this tutorial, we're doing 7, and the math equals out to, I don't know right now. Maybe I should stop and look. Let me see. So it'll be 75/60. So that's where I'll put the width, and I'll open up a new page and we'll pause while you watch. So I decided to come back because the video might start speeding up. So once you've made your new page, we can do 2 things. One, put out our guidelines so that we can know where each block stops, and each block will represent your Instagram carousel page. We can do it another way where we can color each block. That way you can see exactly each page what your design is going to be like. I hope that makes sense. So now that we have resized our file, each block, like I said, is going to represent a page in our carousel. So that'd be page 1. The next block will be page 2, and I was duplicating it so I can show you how to do it 2 ways. So like I said, the bottom, each block will represent a page in your carousel. So I'm just duplicating it, I believe 7 times, because that's what the math I did was for 7 pages. And then I'm just going to change the colors just so I can differentiate between the pages, so I won't drive myself crazy. Now with the top line, I'm just going to take out the ruler, and you get to it by hitting the file and go over to settings and then hit rulers. And then once I've done that, I'm going to use the bottom one as my guide to line up the rulers. So that way I know where each page starts and stops. So I'm just going to do it all the way across. And although you may not see the line at the top, once I'm finished with the bottom, those same guides will pop up at the top. And if I were to make several other pages on this canvas, the ruler would extend to all the pages that I may make in the future. So after you've done this, if you know you normally make 7 pages, I think this would be a good guideline to keep. That way you don't have to redo it every time. And like I said, I'm just using the rulers because at the top I'm going to delete that box, and that's the only way I'll be able to see where the pages are. And as you can see the guidelines right there, which will let you know each page. So I'm just going to delete that block. I also want to note before I forget, if you're liking the content here on this page and you feel like you're learning a lot, make sure you please stop right now and hit the like button, and be sure to subscribe and share to your other business friends who need to know how to do some of this stuff too, because their pages may need a little help. Okay. So one thing that I learned while I was doing this tutorial for you guys is that whenever I decide to redo this in real life, as opposed to just a tutorial, I would not save my carousels with any words. I would only just do my design and leave it there. And I'm going to tell you why before I forget. When we get ready to move on to the other steps, we're going to end up saving this as a PNG. So it'll be a photo. So because it'll be a photo, you can't go back in and change your words if you decide, hey, I missed a step or in my instructions, or I want to change my title. It'll be there because it'll be now a photo. So I would just suggest you just do the blueprint and just go ahead and do your designs and put all, the little images where you want them to be. And then later on, you can always add your words and add whatever your instructions or whatever you're teaching on your carousels. So that's just a tip. Just go ahead and make your carousel like we're making it here as far as the design elements. So just put your photos, any decorative things, just so that it'll have all of the design elements in place to make a carousel where everything overlaps. So as you can see right here, I'm putting my image right on the line because as we know, that line is going to be where our carousel separates from page to page. So to make your carousel believable, one image needs to carry over to the other image, and it doesn't really matter how much of each on either side of the line, as long as there's some of it on both sides of the lines. So I'm going to shut up again and you can watch, and I'll come back in a second. And if you're loving the background music, give me a thumbs up for that or a like for that. Thanks to my daughter for the background copyright free music that she made custom for me. And if you want a beat, I don't know if she do it for other people, but let me know and I could reach out to her too. So if you normally use hair or whatever elements you normally use, this is a great way just to make yourself one standard template, and then you just go back in and change your words on each template every time for a new material. So just go ahead in, and I think I'm going to also do that for myself. I'm going to make myself a master template. And I can do maybe sets of maybe 4. Maybe I don't do more than 4 things, but I can make several. I can do one that has maybe 4 carousels, 7. Instagram, I believe, allows you to only do 9. So make sure you factor in your cover page and your whatever your last page may be when you're deciding how many squares you need for your carousels. So I think I'm going to do this myself also, make myself a template with elements that I want to keep there, and if I want to switch it up, I can go back to this particular original page where I added the elements and switch it up there. And like I said, once we've downloaded it, which you'll see that later, we can also use that as a template to just go back in and only change the words. I hope it makes sense. So in the next clip, as you can see, I'm typing more of my instructions, or what would be your instructions. And this is the part that I said I would not do next time. because when we get ready to save it, it's going to be saved as an image. And if I want to go and change my instructions or whatever I'm teaching on the template, I won't be able to because it's there. Now, I could go over it with a block or a square that's the same exact color of the background to cover it up and, you know, rewrite over it, but that's just a lot of extra waste of time. So do everything except for this, unless whatever you're writing, you know that's what you want to write and you're not going to change anything. Then you could do it this way. But like I said, I wouldn't suggest it. Just do it without the words. That way you have like a master template when we download it, and you can have it to reuse over and over again a little bit easier. So that's just my tip. Okay. So when we have completed everything, we're going to save it as a PNG. And I'm just saying it right now, just in case I forget. But right here is where I just added my background, colors or whatever I want the background to be. And that's if I was just going to leave it just like that. Like I said, if I had already typed all of my copy there, it would be ready to go. But I didn't type the copy. It's just an example. So there's no instructions. It just says your information here or whatever it is I wrote. I can't see the screen while I'm doing this voiceover. So I'm just going to duplicate all the elements in the same spot to the one at the bottom. So the template at the top is if you want to use one solid background, and the ones at the bottom is if you just want to do two separate, color backgrounds for your templates. That's all. Now we're just going to download everything as a PNG and re-upload it into Canva. Now, after we've done that, we're going to open a new page, an Instagram post size, the 1080 by 1080. And what we're going to do, listen carefully now and rewind it if you have to. We're going to upload the image onto the page. And what we're going to do is shrink our page so we have maximum space to pull our image. So I'm going to start off the talk through. You're going to move your photo all the way to the top corner of your square, and you're going to pull it all the way until that first square lines up with the complete square. I don't know if that's making any sense. I'm trying to blow it up so you can see. So it's hard to blow it up and shrink the screen at the same time so I could do what I need to do. So you just keep pulling so that you will be able to see where that first block, fits into the square. So I'm trying to open it up so you can see on the screen. And that's why we did one of the templates in different colors so you can differentiate. So right there. Now what you're going to do is duplicate the page without clicking off, because once you click it off, it's going to freeze the picture into the background, and you don't want to do that. So once you duplicate and you hover, you can see the extension of the other one, and you just slide it over to where you see the color change so that you have the full square there. And you just duplicate it again and slide it over again, and do not click on the image, because if you click it, it's going to freeze and you're not going to be able to slide it anymore. So you just keep doing that, and you would do the same premise if you had it with the color, the other background where we had a design in the background, because you'll be able to see where each image starts and ends. And you just keep doing it all the way until you're through. And that's how you do a seamless carousel without uploading it into any other software. Just like that. Just like that. And then I'm going to insert, I don't know what I'm going to insert. So let me shut up. And you would just download it just like you do anything else on your phone so that you can upload it inside of Instagram. But I must warn you, when you download it, it'll look pixelated and it will look blurry. Don't be alarmed. Once it uploads into Instagram, it'll be clear, and I'll insert a video eventually showing you what I mean. And right now, also, you see these are all images. I can't change where it says type, type your information. We can't change it because it's now a photo. So either you would have to cover it over with the same exact color. You can just put a shape over it, a square, and change the background color to the same color and just type over it like it wasn't there. See, this is what I'm saying. Now you can't change it because it's a photo. But if you just left it blank, like I said at the beginning, where you just only did the photos, right now is where you could just type and add your information for your carousel. I hope that makes sense. The next image is of my screen recording of me with Canva inside my phone. I just downloaded it into Instagram. It may look a little pixelated on the download, but when it uploads into Canva, it's going to be crystal clear and perfect. And when I slide it, you'll see all the images are seamless. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share and like. And thank you for coming. And don't forget to, if you want to use Canva Pro, I have an affiliate link down below. I get a small kickback. And once again, thank you so much. Love you. Bye.